He ate raw liver, raw testicles and raw hearts all in front of millions of people. His name? The Liver King. To some, he was the ultimate symbol of primal strength, a modern caveman who rejected the softness of modern life. But behind that beard, behind the muscles, behind the screams of dominance was a secret powerful enough to destroy everything he built. This is the story of Brian Johnson, the man who rose from obscurity to global fame and then came crashing down when the truth caught up to him. From alpha to arrested, this is the rise and fall of Liver King. Hi. Welcome to the Vault of the Downfalls. Every downfall has a story, and we unlock the vault. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Before the cameras, before the millions of followers, Brian Johnson was just a Texas businessman with a passion for fitness. He wasn't born into fame, he built it, piece by piece. Around 2021, he stepped onto social media with a message that cut through the noise. Modern life has made men weak.
Listen, I'll tell you where I sleep. It's not that comfortable. Listen, I wake up, I can't wait to get out of bed.
To fix it, we must live like our ancestors. He called it the ancestral lifestyle. Sleep on hard floors, get sunlight, lift heavy, eat raw organs. These were the 9 ancestral tenets, his so-called path to primal power. He didn't just talk about it, he lived it on camera. He'd bite into raw cow liver the size of his fist, grin at the camera, and say things like, "If you want to be strong, eat like a king." It was shocking. It was entertaining. It was different, and that's why it worked. In just a year, his TikToks were racking up millions of views. Podcasts invited him, brands wanted him. His supplement company, Ancestral Supplements, became a goldmine. People started copying his workouts, his meals, even his lifestyle. He wasn't just a fitness influencer anymore, he was a symbol. A modern man's fantasy of what raw masculinity looked like. But with every rise comes doubt. People started asking the same question over and over again: is he really natural? His physique was too perfect. His abs are too defined. His veins popping like comic book art. And yet, Liver King stood his ground. He laughed in interviews. On podcasts, he'd say, "I've never touched steroids in my life. Everything I've built comes from ancestral living."
Do you think if I was on steroids, I would have these fucking appendages down here, these legs?
Have legs?
Do you see how fucking little my fucking legs are?
Fans believed him, because people want to believe in something extraordinary. He wasn't just selling supplements anymore, he was selling hope. Hope that you could become superhuman if you just lived differently. But in late 2022, the illusion cracked. A YouTuber named Derek from More Plates More Dates dropped a video that broke the internet. Leaked emails allegedly written by Brian Johnson showed his steroid regimen, and it wasn't small. He was reportedly spending over $11,000 a month on growth hormones, testosterone, and other performance enhancers. It was all there: the receipts, the prescriptions, even his own words. The man who said he was all natural wasn't. Overnight, the fitness world erupted. Influencers called him a fraud. Fans flooded his comments. The brand that stood for truth and primal integrity suddenly became a meme. And then came the apology video. Liver King appeared on camera, subdued, no screaming, no flexing. He looked into the lens and said,
"I lied, and I misled a lot."
He said he was under pressure, that the fame got to him. Some forgave him, others never did. His supplement company faced lawsuits accusing him of false advertising. But still, he didn't stop posting. He kept training, kept talking about ancestral living. It seemed like he wanted to prove that even if his image was fake, his mission still mattered. In 2025, Netflix dropped a documentary titled Untold: The Liver King. It promised to go deeper, not just the scandal, but the man behind it. Viewers saw Brian Johnson like never before. The businessman, the father, the husband, the human being. He talked about his past, how he grew up insecure, bullied, how he used fitness to build armor around himself. For a moment, people saw vulnerability, something he'd never shown before. In one scene, he even admitted, "I got things wrong. I pushed too far. I hurt people's trust." He said he'd changed, even started eating plants again. The Primal King was finally softening. For a while, it seemed like redemption was possible. But then things took a darker turn. June 2025, news broke: Liver King arrested in Austin after threatening Joe Rogan. Reports said he had posted several aggressive videos, challenging Rogan to a fight, making what police called terroristic threats. He was arrested, booked, and later released on bond with a court order to undergo a mental health evaluation and stay away from Rogan completely, but the internet wasn't kind. Clips of his rants went viral again. People said the fame had broken him, that the Primal Act had become a prison. Once the symbol of discipline and dominance, Liver King now looked like a man at war with himself. The truth is, no one really knows what happens next. Maybe he'll rise again, maybe he won't. But one thing's for sure, his story became a mirror for our generation's obsession with strength, image, and online power. Because sometimes the mask we wear becomes the thing that destroys us. Brian Liver King Johnson wanted to prove that men could be strong again. In the end, he proved something else, that strength without honesty is just a costume. He once said, "If you're living wrong, your body will tell you." Maybe his story was his body and his soul screaming that truth. From alpha to arrested, this was the rise and fall of Liver King. If you found this story powerful, drop a comment below, and remember, the truth might be raw, but it's always worth facing.